Hello brothers and welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about the Psychic Awakening and I want to talk about the potential of book 2 and also the Black Templars, because they all go together hand in hand at the moment with all the evidence that is going on, and GW have added fuel to the fire of that. So let's jump in and let's get talking. So for those of you who tuned into my live stream last night, you're probably already aware of this subject as we went over it in a little bit of detail, but I wanted to make a video just in case because I'm still getting people messaging me asking about Black Templars, asking about, you know, the whole codex stuff. So I just want to try and clear it up as much as possible. So I want to start from the beginning so everyone is on the same page. So the pre-orders for the Imperial Fist codex go live this Saturday. It's a big thing. Everyone's hyped about it. I'm massively hyped about it. Now, inside that codex, I can confirm 100% that the only chapters that are in that book is, of course, the Imperial Fist and the Crimson Fist, and they get their own rules in the book. And what I mean by own rules, they get stratagems and they get relics and stuff for you to use on the tabletop. They each get characters in there. Lysander's in there, Torgaradon, the new Primaris upgrade for the Imperial Fist, and Pedro, who is the chapter master of the Crimson Fist, is also present in that book. What's not in the book is the Black Templars, which is massively strange, because the Black Templars actually have more characters than the Imperial Fist and the Crimson Fist. They've got the Emperor's Champion, they've got Helbrecht, and they've got Grimaldus, some big characters when it comes to the tabletop. So a lot of people are like, what the hell is going on with the Templars? Why have they not added it to the Imperial Fist Codex, which more or less, that's what they should have featured in, because the Crimson Fist are featuring it, so why not the Black Templars are not featuring in this book? Now, a lot of people have been suggesting that maybe this is because they're going to get their own codex supplement, with, you know, their own rules in there, all the stuff, just like what the Imperial Fist got, but solely dedicated to Templars. Now, I, for one, would absolutely love this. I think it would be amazing. It would let my Dornian inner rage just be unleashed in an awesome direction. But the rumours are not pointing to that at all. What the rumours are pointing to is that these chaps are going to be featured in the next Psychic Awakening book, and their rules and everything, their character stats, is going to be coming in that book rather than their own supplement. Now, these rumours popped up over on a French website where the chap who posted this, he's called Kissatu, if I can remember his name right, and he basically stated the next 3 incoming Psychic Awakening books. The next one, apparently, is going to be Black Templars versus Chaos. After that, it's supposed to be Blood Angels versus Tyranids. And after that, it's supposed to be Space Wolves versus the Orcs. Now, let's not get into the Space Wolves or the Blood Angels. Let's stay on topic of the Black Templars at the moment. So, when it comes to the Black Templars in the Psychic Awakening, we know they're in there at the moment. We know they're around because it's been hinted that it's been shown off in some of the trailers and stuff with Black Templar ships floating in the background, and we've all, you know, got our hype hats on, and we're all, come on, where's the Templars? What's going on? Now, someone over on Instagram pointed this out. Well, they didn't point the whole stuff in the background out. What they said, and this is called Pratt Slims, he put, can we expect any support for the Crimson Fist / Black Templars in this book? And what he means this book, he's referring to the Imperial Fist supplement. Or we would just have to wait for future supplements. Now, the official Warhammer account replied to Pratt's comment, and he put, the Crimson Fists are present in Codex Supplement Imperial Fist, and no doubt we'll see Dorn's most zealous sons in the future. Now, to me, that statement from GW is almost a confirmation. Well, to me, it is a confirmation. That is confirmation that GW are saying the Black Templars will be coming in some type of format in the future. Now, again, that links back for me to the Psychic Awakening, since the Psychic Awakening rumours are so on point at the moment. Like the guy who's been leaking this stuff, or I won't say leaking because there's no rules been leaked, but the guy who's been putting this information out about the whole Black Templars fighting Chaos in the next Psychic Awakening book has been bang on his money so far. So I am fully behind now. The Black Templars will be featuring in the next Psychic Awakening book fighting Chaos. Now, when it comes to the contents of what's going to be in Psychic Awakening 2 and the stuff surrounding the release of Psychic Awakening 2, this is a big talking point as well, because if we look at what Psychic Awakening Book 1 got with the Eldar vs. Dark Eldar, we basically had 2 HQ characters and 2 squads. Now, if it is true and it is happening, as I've stated, I'm 100% behind it, would this mean that we're going to get a new character or a new model for the Black Templars and a squad of something to go along with the Black Templars and also reflect that on the Chaos side? Does that mean we're going to have Chaos, a new Chaos character, and we're also going to have a new squad of Chaos Marines or whatever would be released on that side? Now, when it comes to the whole rumour shenanigans surrounding this, the rumour is that Helbrecht and Grimaldus are not getting Primerified at this moment in time. That is just a rumour. That is not facts. That, that could be wrong. But the main rumour around it all about new characters and stuff is that there's going to be a new Primaris Empress champion. I think that would make a bit more sense if they brought the Empress champion, because then you can attach him to a certain squad. If you brought Grimaldus round, then I personally think it would be hard to attach him to a Crusader squad or something like that. I know it would work in the lore and stuff, but I think an Empress champion would work a little bit more. Of course, I would prefer it if they had Helbrecht or Grimaldus, because the rule of cool of those characters are amazing. But to go in step with this Psychic Awakening book, I think it'd make more sense box-wise and model-wise if they released the Empress champion. And inside the book, I would fully expect relics, stratagems, hopefully more awesome rules to make Templars even more amazing. There's some rumours around at the moment about some potential rules, but I'm not really going to get into them because that could just be anyone coming up with that kind of stuff at the moment. What interests me more is that if this does happen, if Psychic Awakening Book 2 is Templars and it's Chaos, then who are the Templars going to be fighting? What is the story behind it all? From a narrative point, that is where I'm more excited about. What could be the Templars launching a crusade against? Who are they going to be fighting against? Now, there's a couple of points, and I mentioned this in a video a couple of weeks ago, is that there's so many potential when it comes to warbands, legions, and stuff like that. Again, through the grapevine, this is not confirmed at all. I keep hearing Emperor's Children. Now, Emperor's Children does make a lot of sense because it kind of connects, well, it doesn't kind of connect, it does connect with the whole Psychic Awakening. It kind of connects with the first book as well, because of Slaanesh, the Eldar and stuff. We all know the story surrounding their fall and how it's connected to Slaanesh, and I think it would make a pretty cool narrative event if the Emperor's Children got involved somehow, and they've Slaanesh has whispered in their ear or something, and they're about to do a plan that involves maybe bringing the Eldar down even further or something like that. I think that could be cool, and the Templars come in and they maybe intervene, which could be kind of ironic since the Templars absolutely hate the Xenos. In some aspects, you could argue that maybe they don't hate him that much after the event at Cadia, saving them, going through the gates and stuff, and they come to the rescue, and then they jump in and they start purging Slaanesh. Now, what that brings in then, if it was Slaanesh, let's just say, for argument's sake, that it is Slaanesh that the Templars are going to be fighting against, I think that is really interesting because you have the potential then of bringing some really, really cool Chaos units to the forefront of the tabletop. So a lot of people, when I mentioned this on my stream, was like, well, I think it would be a really cool thing to bring Lucius the Eternal back, because we all know Lucius the Eternal is one of the main characters when it comes to the Emperor Children, and his model is years old. I think it's, over 15 years old, if not mistaken. Maybe I'm being a bit too generous. It's an old-looking model. Back in the day, it was cool. Compare it to all this new stuff now, it is not so much in the rule of cool anymore. So it could be nice to having that character being brought back in a new HQ format. And of course, when it comes to the actual Marines themselves, so again, I'm comparing this to the Banshees and the Incubi, I would absolutely love Noise Marines being brought forward for Slaanesh. Slaanesh and Khorne have been some of the most talked about Chaos upgrade kits or new models that people want from the Chaos side. We've already had the Death Guard, we've already had the Zinch stuff. Everyone keeps talking about, give me new Berserkers, give me new, Noise Marines, but also attached to those two armies, you could potentially bring back another Primarch as well. And of course, I have to mention a Primarch because Fulgrim has been stirring. There's, I think it was in the Gathering Storm, there was an extract that there was a guard regiment or something fighting this massive snake, but most of it was like all blanked out and stuff, and it left it open that it was a Primarch, but they could really take the story anywhere. But I'm just going to say it's a Primarch anyway. I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, that we got another Primarch returning. Now, of course, I would love it to be a Loyalist one, but with all this Psychic Awakening, I think it would make sense, narrative-wise, that if it was a Chaos Primarch to be brought back. And if the rumour is to be believed about Slaanesh, I think it could be a great time for Fulgrim to peek his head up and bring some devastation back to the galaxy. Narrative-wise, when it comes to Fulgrim coming back, it could be good seeing Guilliman's reaction, since it was Fulgrim that basically gave him the little chop on his neck that put him in stasis. And I've said this so many times, basically it was Fulgrim that kind of destroyed the Imperium, because Guilliman was leading it. He was leading it good. And when he put Guilliman in stasis because he chopped his neck, the men took over and everything started to fail. People just started to be greedy and, go after their own power instead of the power of the Imperium. So, yeah, you can really blame Fulgrim for most of the atrocities, most of the downfall, the stagnation of the Imperium to this day, until Guilliman really came back. All right, Chaperunio, so that is me done for another video. Sorry, I had to end it on something. I had to talk about Primarch somehow, but it's been like 4 days since I've made a Primarch video, so I have to fit it in somewhere. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts and feedbacks on this? Are you fully on board the hype train with the Black Templars now? Do you think they're going to be coming? It has to. It just has to. From a logical standpoint, it has to happen because they have no rules anywhere else. So this has to happen for the Templars. And with GW putting that statement out, saying we'll see him in the future, for me, that is the writing on the wall. It is happening. It's going down. I am fully sold on the Psychic Awakening Book 2 being Templars versus Chaos. Hopefully, by the end of the month, we should have more information, because there's 2 big, massive events at the end of this month. There's one in Germany, and there's Blood and Glory at the start of November. So, fingers crossed that we'll get some Games Workshop previews, what they normally do, like those big previews, and Psychic Awakening will be featured heavily in that. Right, sorry, I'm still rambling on. See you in a bit. Have a great day. See you now, and bye-bye.